Yeah, okay. Why don't you go over there and get one of those nice ice cream cones while I do this? Okay. Well, hello there. As you can see, I am in the front of Mount Rushmore. Now, Mount Rushmore is a place that I had never seen until we moved to western Nebraska some 36 years ago. And since that time, we've come here numerous times. It's one of our favorite places to come. Of course, the Black Hills is just a beautiful place to go. And at Mount Rushmore, I've done some walks with my GoPro camera, and just a beautiful setting. There's a walk that's called the Presidential Walk, and it takes you up right beneath the presidential monument of the presidents. You couldn't before previously until they remodeled a number of years ago. You couldn't get that close to it. You had to look at it from a further distance. Now you can walk, so you're kind of almost right under it. It's pretty awesome. But along that pathway, there's a stairway, a short stairway that goes down into what looks like a cave. It isn't actually a cave, but it's a place where rocks have kind of fallen together and they form this little hollow place. And you go down into that little cave, and there's a crevice in the rock. And you look up through that crevice between the rocks, and you see the image of George Washington. It's really awesome. George Washington is the father of our country, the United States of America. This video is a video that was made for Father's Day. And today we're going to talk about fathers in this beautiful setting of Mount Rushmore. What kind of a father did you have or do you have? Was your father a loving and kind father that you knew that he loved you and you could look up to? Or was he detached? You know, the old thing that well, I'm going to go out and make a living, and Mom, you take care of the home. And had no relationship with the children. Was your dad like that? Was your father cruel? Were you afraid of him because he was cruel? Or maybe your father was absent. Maybe you never even saw him. He was gone out of your life before you could even remember. An absent father. And that's a big deal. That's really a big deal. You know, the devastating effects of absent fathers living in a home is a contributing factor to the substance abuse with children in such homes, accounting for, they tell us, 75% of adolescents being treated for substance abuse in substance abuse centers. 75% of adolescents being treated in substance abuse centers come from absent father homes. That's according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Also, 85% of all children who exhibit some type of behavioral disorder come from fatherless homes. So it's a devastating thing on our society. And so we need to encourage fathers to step up and be the father, be the daddy in the home, and provide that nurturing part of for the child that the child so desperately needs. I'm encouraged when I see young couples that are working together as mom and dad with their children. I've had some weddings that I have performed, and then I get to watch the couple have children, and I see the excitement, and I see how the dads are involved with the kids, and that's a good thing to see. And we need to encourage our fathers to be there, to step up and be the fathers that they were called to be. But you know, regardless of whether or not your father contributed to your life, you need to know that you have a Father in heaven who will always be there for you. One of the radical things that Jesus said was that God was his Father. Now the Jewish people bristled at that because in their mindset, God was so sacred that they would not even say his name, and yet here was Jesus calling him his Father. In the Old Testament, there's only about 7 times God is referred to as Father, and it's not in a connection of this great relationship of father to children. But Jesus said God was his Father, and that's one of the reasons they crucified him, because he claimed to be the Son of God. But you know, after rising from the dead, he said to Mary Magdalene, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. What wonderful words Mary Magdalene heard from Jesus that day. God wants to be our Father in a personal way, in a very personal way. Let's put it like this. The Apostle Paul said, you have not received a spirit that makes you fearful slaves. Instead, you have received God's Spirit when he adopted you as his own children. Now we call him Abba, Father. Romans 8:15. You know what that means? You know what Abba means? Translated into our language, that means daddy or papa. My grandkids call me Papa, and that just makes me feel good all over when I hear my name that way from one of my grandkids, Papa. How do you think it makes God feel when you have such an understanding and relationship with him that you call him Papa? My Papa in heaven, I know that you love me. I know that you care for me. I am your child. You are my Papa. That's the relationship Jesus made possible for us by his sacrifice upon the cross. So, have a happy Father's Day. Have a happy Daddy Day. Have a happy Papa Day. God bless you.